Hey guys, so first of all, I apologize up front for what is certain to be a lot of wind noise in this video. Sorry, it is extremely windy here on the East Coast this weekend and not much that can be done about that. Glock 34 Gen 5. This is the first 100. It's going to be a little bit of a different first 100, hopefully, in that I might try and incorporate some GSSF footage. That's happening a week from now. But anyway, first step is to see if this Vortex Venom optic that I've installed has anywhere near a 0 on it for this gun. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. Feels a little bit strange doing a first 100 on a Glock 34, considering I've had a Glock 34 Gen 4 for years and have thousands of rounds through it, but these are the very first rounds through this new Gen 5. Okay, so there were 5 shots. I'm gonna go see how far I'm off, make some adjustments. Okay, you can see I was way high, about 6 inches high. So, and I'm not very far away, I'm less than 10 yards from the target, so I'm pretty close. I've made some adjustment, just eyeballing adjustment, and I'm gonna see if that helps. All right, looks like that got me a whole lot closer to where I want to be. So I could probably just tweak it a tiny bit, call it a day there. All right, one more time. Let me just check my 0. I made a small adjustment. Okay. I'm gonna call that good enough. I'm ready to shoot a plate rack with this now. So why the Glock 34 Gen 5, you may ask? Well, since you're asking, you may have seen my video on the Glock 17 Gen 5. I talked about how much I liked it, and I did, and I do. So the Glock 26 Gen 5, meh. You know, if somebody handed me one, I'd take it, but it's not anything I'm out to get or I'm after, because here goes the heresy. I really don't carry the Glock 26. Hardly ever. So the Glock 34, on the other hand, this is a competition gun. Well, I shoot a lot of competition, and there's a GSSF match coming up real soon, and we're involved in that. I'll be working it. I will be SOing and all that good stuff, and you know, being a gopher and being generally abused by the Glock employees. But so I'll probably shoot that match. I aim to. And I'm going to shoot this gun and probably a couple others. But, well, let's keep playing while I'm talking. See if we can't obliterate that orange dot. It's about 8 yards away. as the worm crawls. Nice. So I've talked before about optics on handguns, red dots, RMRs, like this Vortex Venom. I'll talk more about this one specifically in a while, but they're not just instantly a benefit to the shooter. It does take a different way of looking at your target, different way of looking at your sight, and a different way of, in some cases, aiming. So when you draw, especially if you draw from a holster and push out, you can be like, ah, where's my dot? Where's my dot? So you can actually slow your times way down when you first switch over to a red dot. But once you do get the hang of it, there's obvious benefit. All right, now I've got a steel target downrange, and for those of you who don't shoot steel or wonder why maybe you'd want to shoot steel, today is a perfect example of one of the best reasons. It's almost too windy to keep a paper target up downrange. It blows over, it falls over, it blows back and forth and all that kind of stuff. So rather than watch your paper target, your cardboard target, go flying over the berm and all that, a steel target stays put. So that's reason number one. I love shooting steel, and I want to thank my good friends at Tactical AR500 Targets for this hostage target downrange. It is AR500 steel, and it is a whole lot of fun. So I think I have a fairly decent zero. Let's go ahead and shoot some steel. Ah. Come on. Okay. I think my zero is pretty decent. So I'm going to try some different optics on this gun. I started with this Vortex Venom, partially because it was easy because I already had it laying on the bench. Didn't have to dismount it from anything else. And it does a nice job. I've got one coming that I'm anxious to try. All right, this magazine will be 100 rounds. That will officially make it a first 100, but I'm gonna shoot a little bit more. I'll film some good gun eye candy for you, just a little bit to make it interesting. There you go. Glock 34, Gen 5. Good stuff. Good stuff. Definitely competition worthy. So over 200 rounds today, almost 250 through the Glock 34 Gen 5, this brand new handgun from Glock. Part of the Gen 5 collection, and I think perhaps the last of the Gen 5s that we might see. This is the competition version. It's got that extra long 5 1/4 inch barrel. Now I think, and I know somebody out there will correct me if I'm wrong, I think right now the MOS is the only way you can get the 34 Gen 5. But again, I could be wrong. Check with your dealer, make sure, or just check online. So I ran the Vortex Venom today on this gun. It's a good sight. It's an okay sight. It's not my favorite. I'll talk about different handgun optics probably as the whole subject of another video, but once I got the optic dialed in good enough to hit the target every time, I was in pretty good shape. So did a pretty good job hitting this. I feel pretty comfortable with the hits I was putting on paper with it, that I'm zeroed in pretty decently. Of course, it's going to be accurate. It's a Glock 34, and Glock 34s have always been ultra accurate, and this one even has the new match barrel, so it's even potentially more accurate. But I put my Talon grip on it right off the bat. That to me is a no-brainer. There's no point even getting it out and shooting it without a Talon grip on it. Once again, I want to thank the folks at Tactical AR 500 Targets for this awesome target. It is my most favoritist steel target to shoot. Make sure that you look down below in the description under all my videos and use those discount codes, not just for Tactical AR 500 Targets, but for Patriot Patch and Talon Grips and Optics Planet, all the fine folks who provide these discount codes. You can find more of my opinion on Facebook at Facebook/JustinOpinionChannel, and I'm on Patreon as well if you're interested in participating and supporting the channel. Thanks for watching.